Okay, good evening and welcome to tonight's meeting. Tonight we are going to talk a little bit more. We're going to introduce you to that upfront opportunity to earn the serious commissions now, that now money, if you will. By the way, if you haven't seen The Future of Dandy Day, the recording of The Future of Dandy Day, if you're watching on the internet, watching this recording, I would encourage you, stop right now. While you're on dandydaytraining.com, go back to where it says Business Opportunity Webcasts. Click on that and watch the one that says The Future of Dandy Day. That's an introduction to our business model. Remember, the two compelling reasons that the Dandy Day business model is now absolutely the best business model out there is two things. Number one, we added what we called our spoke companies. Those other product lines, those other distributors, and I'm going to say in particular for you Dandy Day people, is the addition of the personal development product line and products that are added to the system. The upfront commissions that we called the black box, have you ever heard of Restructured water? This is it. Okay, the water ionizer. We're making alkaline, oxidized, restructured water. Okay, that's what we're making here, and tonight we're going to be talking about the water itself. Okay, why is it of interest to people, and why is it such a great upfront opportunity? So at the end, we're going to talk about how the money flows, how the serious commissions flow. Let me give you an introduction. $45 a month, and you can make $285 and receive that money 10 days from the day you sell one of these. Therefore, you can actually receive $285 check 2 or 3 weeks before you even have to make your first payment of $45. Does that dog hunt, as we say in Alabama? Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about. But first, it's the old thing, Business 101. Have a customer need and solve it. That's the foundation to a successful business. Why are we introducing this? I need to tell you probably a couple of stories first. Okay, why this way? See, this unit right here is actually our unit. Kim and I have had this unit since November of 2009. So yeah, in about 2 or 3 months, that'll be 3 years we've had this unit. But yet we're just now introducing it at Dandy Day. Why? We've just been product users. We love the water. Well, why did we get it in the first place? I'm going to say it started really with Kim's knees. A year before we got the unit, so November 2008, okay, Kim's knees, they'd swell up all the time. She'd have to wear knee braces. We used to like to go for a walk every morning or every night. And, of course, we lived in Denver at the time. And, I'll say hilly. We weren't right in the mountains, but it was hilly. Her knees were swollen all the time. Well, her brother, extremely good networker, was actually going to have knee surgery. So back up, 6 months before we got our unit. He had scheduled knee replacement surgery for both of his knees. His were that bad. He played rugby until he was 50, for crying out loud. You'd think he learned better. But the point is, somebody said, AJ, before you get the knee replacements, let me send you this water. I'm just going to send it to you. And they overnighted him the water. They knew how good, he's made about $5 million in the last 10 years. They knew that they could sell him on the product that he could just take off and run with it. Long story, his knees canceled those knee replacement surgeries. Told Kim about it, and it took us probably 3 or 4 months. By the way, in November of 2008, Kim actually had cortisone shots, and of course, us health nuts know that's a no-no, but her knees were that bad a year before we got our unit. So because of AJ's experience, Kim went and, we went and got one November 2009, okay, and it probably took, how long would you say? 2 weeks. 2 weeks, the hydration of the joints. And all of a sudden, the inflammation's going away. And we're going to talk about that on the screen in a few minutes here. Okay? Kim's knees are better. You'll see many other bodily functions improve big time. Sleeping better. At the time, okay, I'd already come to this side of 50. I was getting up twice a night. All right? better hydration, water that absorbs better into your body and into the cell structure. I no longer had that issue. I went from 2 down to 1 down to 0. All right? So things that you notice. All right? Now sometimes, so that's story 1. Sometimes you don't notice how well something's doing for you until you don't have it anymore. Okay? We get going with Dandy Day beginning of this year. We've made several trips back to Denver to meet with Karen and the staff, do some work at the home office in Denver, since moving to Alabama this time last year. Anyway, June this year, so about 10 weeks ago, we went back for a trip with Karen. So during all that, and we had to do some other things, it was about 8 days in a row we didn't have the water. We did we bring the unit with us every time we go somewhere. But it was about 8 days we didn't have this water, alkaline ionized restructured water. All of a sudden, Kim's knees are starting. She couldn't bend down like this. Doing things around the house. Back before we got water, I'm talking about. Okay, not only was it swelling, but she couldn't bend down like that. Of course, now she couldn't exercise, which was just killing her. She's always really enjoyed exercising. After being on the water, she'll do this 10 times in a row and say, see, I can do this again, and no swelling. Okay, anyway, 8 days, didn't have it. Once we started again, now this time it only took about 2 days, right? 2 days, knees hydrated again, she was good to go. All right, so that was the end of June, just 10 weeks ago. Well, when we got back, July 4th, we were at her brother's house, AJ's house for July 4th, and we're just sitting around the pool out back there, and he told us about a new financing program that's available. And because of that now, because it's a pretty expensive unit. Why didn't we pursue it as a business? Because in this economy, we said there's not enough people that can afford to write a check of that size. We've got some other businesses going, thank you very much. When he told us about the fine, zero down, $45 a month, okay, especially when you can make $285 just selling one unit. Oh, by the way, on your third unit, now you're making $570. Oh, yeah, and the people that they bring in, the people that they sell, and that they sell, you can go up to 8 levels deep, $570 a unit, and you're paying $45 a month. You don't need a mathematician to be a mathematician to figure those numbers. Again, we'll talk about that at the end. So we started getting excited about putting this in with Dandy Day because we were talking about. Again, AJ's been a professional networker for over 30 years. And that number one issue, it takes too long to build a significant income if you're just working with, we call it pills and lotions, right? As great as the products are here at Dandy Day, and we know that we've got the best aloe in the market, in the industry, worldwide. Unquestionable, okay? But it still takes a while to build a team, to build a significant income. It takes a lot of bottles of stuff, right? That's why adding this on the front end of this, but doing them together, because the thing in direct sales is, when you make your sale today, where's your income tomorrow? We're doing them together. We're combining the two as a total package day one. All right, now, so then we got excited. That's July. Okay, we're getting excited about this. And we're putting it all together and working with Karen and putting the whole game plan together, that compelling business model, big upfront commissions, ongoing residual income, adding some other companies, the personal development, other nutritionals, energy medicine type products, okay, that are all coming. Watch the Future of Dandy Day video, 30 minutes. All right, now, I need to move here. We need to move. Okay, so we were just back 2 weeks ago. We were back in Denver with Karen. The night before we're ready to leave to come back, now there were signs that the health department had put all over the place in the whole town of Broomfield about tularemia, I think is the name of the disease, that there's rabbits everywhere. And they carry this, and of course their feces carry it as well. Well, we had our grand dog with us. I say grand dog, it's my daughter's dog, and some of you know how that goes. Anyway, so it's a Chihuahua. We had her with us. And the night before we're ready to leave, we see this boil that's got to be that long, right near her tail end, okay? You have to lift up her tail, and there's this boil, and it's like, oh, man, of course, the guy, Kim's like, oh, man, the dog must feel terrible, and you know me, what's that going to cost us going to the vet, right? So, we did a great combo. You're going to see that there are 7 waters that this machine makes. The 2.5, this is the only ionizer in the world that makes 2.5 pH water that kills all viruses, all bacteria, including anthrax even. And our FDA allows us to say this. It's already been proven through the FDA, okay? So that's cool. By the way, the first 6 years that this technology was out there, it was strictly for that 2.5 water. Hospitals used it, and by the way, the minimum machine was almost $200,000. Yeah, just to get the 2.5 water so that they could sterilize their utensils, their instruments, sterilize counters, chemical-free. And that's, 35 years ago, that is what they were doing with this. Anyway, that's just one of the waters. So we got the 2.5 water, ran, just poured it over her, and followed it with Clean and Clear, 95% aloe. And then we put a little bit of aid cream on that boil after that. And the combination of all these 2 hours, boy, take pictures whenever you're doing stuff like this. All right, I have somebody I know from the past, they always said, take pictures. I wish we had pictures. Okay, so moving along here. 2 hours, it was 90% dissipated. 90%. It was unbelievable. And you could just tell the dog felt so much better too. Okay, that being said, that's one of the reasons we're so excited to be moving forward with this. So let's talk a little bit about, if you want to go switch the cameras, so let's talk a little bit about the water and what it does. So I'm going to move over here to the screen. Okay, and just one thing here. This in Japan, so this is Japanese technology. In Japan, the Ministry of Health there calls it a medical device. In Japan, you're allowed to say this is a medical device. Japan, by the World Health Organization, is considered the #1 healthiest country in the world. Would you believe that 1 out of 5 homes in Japan owns that unit? And here's one thing, the Japanese Association of Preventative Medicine for Adult Diseases. Okay, but anyway, let's get in and talk about some of these. Okay, Cornell Medical Center. So this is dehydration. 75% of Americans are considered have the symptoms of chronic dehydration. Chronic dehydration. Okay? And many times we mistaken being dehydrated for hunger. And so we go eat. Instead, our body's crying for water. Great book, Your Body's Many Cries for Waters. Okay? Your metabolism can be slowed if you're just 3% dehydrated. It's the #1 trigger of daytime fatigue. Hey, do you have that 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, syndrome, if you will? Dehydration is most likely your cause. A 2% drop in hydration can trigger fuzzy short-term memory, trouble with math, difficulty focusing. So, should you just drink more water? And the answer, of course, is absolutely yes. Okay, next slide. 2 other things about problems with problems with water. Water is acidic and it's been altered. By the way, just for what it's worth, I've spent 20 years of my career in water treatment. I actually spent 15 years with the largest water treatment chemical company in the world. I ran North America for the largest operating division of the #1 water treatment chemical company in the world. So I think I know a little bit about water and water chemistry. When we had new reps, we'd bring them in and train them for 3 weeks, and it was water is not water is not water. Why does some water going through pipes leave a scale, and some water going through pipes rust the pipes? There's a lot of characteristics of water. Anyway, it's acidic, okay? And bottled water, distilled water, reverse osmosis, that's very acidic water. I'm going to give you another video to watch. You'll see that. So that tilts it towards acidic water. It's been altered. It goes through pipes because of scaling, because of rusting and pitting of the pipes. They put chemicals in there. That's why we were a multi-billion-dollar company. Billions of dollars of chemicals we put in, drinking water too, to keep, not to protect you, to protect the pipes, to protect the infrastructure of the water system throughout the world. Sure. You're going to see 6 properties of this water. Because I'm going to give you another video to watch, here's the 3 key things. Microclustering. I mean, it takes water molecules that are this big and makes them this small. Think of marbles going through your blood veins, and what if you could turn all those marbles into BBs instead? Okay, it can penetrate your cells that much better. It can carry oxygen into the cells, remove the toxins that much better. ORP, oxidation reduction potential. It's an antioxidant. This water is a strong antioxidant. Okay, and then it's alkaline, and we're going to talk about these 3 properties. Next slide. Okay, first of all, the ORP, the antioxidation properties. Everything from the environment, when we breathe air, okay, these are all oxidizing agents in our body. The things we eat, the bottled water, Dasani, okay, Aquafina, all of those are oxidizing agents. They rust your insides is the bottom line. Anti-inflammatory, just like Kim's knees, okay? When she started drinking the water, it reduced the inflammation in her knees. It got rid of it. And it's anti-aging. And again, there's 7 properties, but what it does for your appearance as well. Okay, so here's the microclustering. We're making big, regular water molecules into smaller molecules. It hydrates your joints so much better. Okay, next one. Okay, the pH scale. Okay, this is acid and this is alkaline. Okay, 7 is neutral. And again, in the follow-up video, you're going to see plenty of things about this. Acid is sickness. Okay, we want to stop all of that. But again, most bottled waters are acidic. Sodas, 7-Up, Coke, you'll never drink another one of those again once you see this other video. What we want to do is come over here, make our bodies alkaline. Of course, those of you really in the health movement, you know that's one of the biggest trends right now in the health industry is making our bodies alkaline. Why? 1932, Dr. Otto Warburger, that's Dr. and Otto at the same, okay? Dr. Otto Warburger got a Nobel Peace Prize for his work showing that cancer cannot survive in an alkaline environment. Did you hear that? You're going to hear that in some more slides here. Okay, and he actually got 2 Nobel Prizes. There's only, I think, twice has that ever happened where somebody got 2 Nobel Prizes in subsequent years. Because cancer and disease cannot survive in an alkaline environment. So that's what we want to do, is get our bodies closer to here. I'm going to actually, you cannot change the blood pH. It's 7.365. I mean, if it changes 1/100 of a point, it's going to leach from your body whatever it has to maintain that pH. So don't let anybody tell you you're changing your blood pH. One other thing here, too, the difference between a Coke or a 7-Up and we call this Kangen water now, is Kangen water is 100,000 times more alkaline than a Coke. Wow, that's pretty serious. Okay, next slide. Whoops, page up. Okay, here's a couple things here. So when your body pH is alkaline, no illness, no disease. Nobel Peace Prize proves that out. Every single person who has cancer has a pH that is too acidic, their body pH. Okay, these are facts of science. And when the fish are sick, change the water. What do you mean by that, Steve? Have you ever had goldfish? What happens if you've got your little bowl of water, right? Have you ever thought about it? I mean, 3 or 4 days, that water starts getting cloudy, it's getting dirty. Well, what is that dirt? Yeah, it's the fish pooping in there. Okay, you got to change the water. Well, your body's the same thing. There are chemical reactions going on, gazillions of them billions and trillions every single day going on in your body. We need to remove those toxins. Change the water and you will change your life is the whole slogan here. Okay, but we got to get rid of the acidity. Whoops. Without enough water, your body it gets acidic and it goes into fat storing. Let's talk about that real quick. Anybody? Matter of fact, I got to share with you right here. So if you've been having problems losing that last 10 to 15 pounds, okay, if you have toxins in your body, it's impossible for you to lose that last 10 to 15 pounds. Why? Because it's the body's natural defense is to wrap fat around the toxins. That's exactly what it does. So until you get rid of the toxins, can you get rid of that last fat? Now, because remember I told you late June when we came back, when Kim had the knees came back, okay, it only took 2 days this time. I said, you know what, I'm going to just go overboard. So in the last 10 weeks, starting when we got back, I have been drinking between 15 to 20 pounds of this water every day. Okay, I'm shooting for 2 gallons a day. Sometimes I actually get to 2.5 to 3 gallons every day. Sorry, I'm hearing something behind me here, wondering what's going on. All right, what did that mean? I don't know if you can tell, but I'm on the last belt loop. Now, I haven't been doing anything to try to lose weight. I'm eating the same stuff I always eat, and unfortunately, I haven't been working out. I haven't been for years, and I'm on tape as saying so. But the bottom line is this. I bumped into the scale 2 days ago now, just 2 days ago. I wasn't even going to weigh myself. And I got on that scale, and it was the same scale that I used the last time I weighed myself. I've lost 10 pounds in the last 10 weeks. I am now at the same weight for the first time since I graduated college in 1981. I'm at the same weight today as I was as a junior in high school. I'm at 176. I'm 6'2", okay, and I'm 176. I have never been less than 180 since graduating college. Normally, I've been between 185 and 195 all 30 years since college, plus, somewhere in there. I never go above 195. I've very rarely been below 185. Matter of fact, I was 186 10 weeks ago, last time I weighed myself. Amazing. And so I've got to say that is strictly drinking the water, getting rid of the toxins that were still in me, okay, detoxifying my body. That's all I can attribute it to. Okay? Anyway, all diseases come from the same root cause, too much acidity. Okay. Time Magazine, the secret killer, inflammation. Chronic inflammation may be the engine that drives many of the most feared illnesses of middle and old age. And again, there's all kinds of studies about inflammation, but I'm trying to do a quick overview today. Oxidation is aging. You know how you cut an apple in half and it turns what? Brown. That's oxidation, right? Same thing goes on in your body. If you don't take enough antioxidants, your body starts turning brown, rusting, if you will. Just like nails, right? When nails start rusting in water, when apples turn brown, that's acidity in your body. It's rusting your body. I remember Mary down here saying one time about when we were doing this presentation, she said, yeah, it's just what my doctor said the other day. You're rusting inside. Okay. You're not sick, you're thirsty. Again, here's that book, Your Body's Many Cries for Water. Reverse Aging, The pH Miracle. Many, many very good books that are out there. But removing acidic waste is more effective than diet and exercise in reversing aging. Did you really read that? Removing acidic waste from your body. Of course, we've got aloe does does well for that. We added the probiotic line. But man, when you can get the water going through to carry it out, because that's what carries it out, there you go. You need to know about this guy, Dr. Shinya. Okay, he's a professor of surgery at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine, chief of endoscopy at Beth Israel Medical Center of New York. Now, I want you to know about those. This guy is considered one of the top 5 most influential doctors in the world. 30-some years ago, this is the man, as it says over here, that co-invented the colonoscopy. They actually call it's known as the Shinya procedure, after Dr. Shinya. Now, why are we bringing him up? Because when Dr. Shinya works, by the way, he's done 380,000 colonoscopies. That's a lot of colonoscopies. Okay? Because he was the co-founder of that procedure. And of course, you know what they're usually looking for with that. I want you to see here in this book that he wrote, The Enzyme Factor. In his book, I want to read this because it's so powerful. In his book, The Enzyme Factor, Dr. Shinya reports that his patients who follow his alkaline diet and drink Kangen water have had absolutely 0% recurrence of cancer. He mandates that if you're going to be treated by him, you have to get this unit. The unit that we are now distributing through Dandy Day. That's why we're so excited about adding this for the health benefits of our customers and for your financial benefits for the upfront commissions. Okay, it's just a great win-win-win. Foundation to a successful business, find a customer need, and solve it. Okay, it's the total package here. Now, you're seeing some gross pictures, but this is from Dr. Shinya's work. Okay, and stay here. So this is a 45-year-old female with breast cancer and chronic constipation after. So this is the before, and this is 3 months later, drinking the water and the treatments and getting on good alkaline diet, but alkalizing your body. Okay, we're going to look at one more picture now. The colon of a 65-year-old female cigarette smoker with breast cancer. Look at the before and after here as well. Okay, and just like when we added the probiotics, and if you've attended any of those trainings, clean your gut, clean your colon. It's a foundation for healthy living. Right? And so you see what's going on there. Now, we're talking a lot about alkalizing your body. Remember I said there's actually 7 different waters that this machine makes? And the first 6 years that they made it just for hospitals was for sterilizing, for the antibacterial effects, for killing viruses. We call that sanitizing. But here's just a lot. We use it for drinking. By the way, coffee. And many in here who already have units and have the water know how much better your coffee tastes. Amazing. Okay, skincare. There's one they actually call beauty water. You'll hear it. It says beauty. It talks to you, so it tells you which water it's making. But beauty water, you don't need to buy astringent anymore. By the way, $45 a month, you can easily pay for your unit right here in savings. And by the way, you'll be chemical free. Anybody, how about you, whichever camera we're on right now, you people in California might be watching, with the green movement, right? Let's do this chemical free. You're just doing it with water. How cool does that get? Household cleaners, get rid of them. The high pH water is a great emulsifier. You're going to see a test where it emulsifies oil. Well, just think of the thing, cleaning carpets, red wine. We're going to do this one night, another night when we're really. But anyway, you put red wine on a white shirt. Alkaline water will do that. And if you need a little extra help, True Soap with it. There you go. Red wine on a white carpet. Anyway, laundries, bathrooms. Okay, again, you can sanitize all the surfaces. Ears, hair care, alkaline. This beauty water for your hair, for your skin, unbelievable. Mouth care, that 2.5 water. Okay, so this isn't beauty water. This is a 2.5 water. Kills all the bacteria in your mouth. Helps remove plaque. Hand sanitizer. Get a little spray bottle, 2-ounce spray bottle. Ladies, put it in your purse. You remember all those, Purell people carry around now? Chemicals on your hand, right? You start tasting it, don't you? Now it's just water. And the FDA has already tested all this and knows and allows you to say that it kills all bacteria, all viruses. It needs about 30 seconds contact, okay? So you spray it on. Don't wash your hands for at least 30 seconds to let it have the full effect. Cooking. We could spend we will spend a whole meeting on cooking. But here's one thing I want you to understand. Using the 11.5 water for all your fruits and vegetables you'll see it remove all those herbicides, pesticides. You won't believe how much better your strawberries taste, your tomatoes taste. You'll see it when you watch the video. They'll actually show you the water, too, of the tomatoes. I mean, it's just amazing. Pat Boone, by the way, kind of leads this video, and you've got a guy there making $1 million a year leading you through. That was in his third year where he started making $1 million a year, and he's actually doing a whole lot better than that now. Amazing. So you got to watch that video. Plant for cooking, some other things about cooking. There's another water to kill all the bacteria. Salmonella. Also preserving, like lettuce. We're learning so much more. I mean, I'm almost embarrassed to say. I told you we've had that unit almost 3 years. In the last 2 weeks, we have learned so much more about how this, once we started working with Karen to get this into Dandy Day, so that you can have additional health wellness and financial wellness by having the upfront commissions. Okay, but it like wash lettuce in it. And now it'll last, how long, Kim? 10 days, maybe longer even, just because you washed it in this water. The chicken will plump up so much. I mean, it's just, anyway, plant fertilizer, animal and pet care, like we were talking about earlier, as well as their coats. Okay, the right pH water can have a dramatic effect on their coats. It is a wise financial decision. Okay? It's a wise financial investment. Page up again, please. As it says across the top, most versatile product in your home, in the world. You will use this appliance more than any other appliance you have in your home. That's how amazing this whole thing is. Like I say, you'll justify it right there. I want you to see first day, second day, third day. This is just 3 sequential days. Just look at that. A picture says 1,000 words, does it not? Again, using that acidic water. Okay, this is just like with our dog. That was 2 hours it would have gone from here to here. Maybe that's because we also added some clean and clear. I don't know, but it definitely went from there to there in 2 hours. Okay. Next one. This is a gal with 17 years suffering with psoriasis. All right, 3 months of treatment with the 2.5 water. And just look at, if you can see her cheeks there, just amazing in 3 months. This was in AJ's home, this next one that we're getting to. Look at this man's hands. He'd had this for decades. Decades. Wore gloves all the time. Wore a hat. Wears a hat. Wouldn't let AJ film his hat. This was about 2 or 3 months ago, as I recall. But anyway, look at before and after. Just 2 days later, after decades of dealing with this issue of psoriasis, of eczema, excuse me. Okay, eczema. All right, this is our last slide. This is AJ's slide. Kim's brother. I've known him for over 30 years. AJ's made over $5 million in the last 10 years in networking. He left that to come and represent this product because it's life-changing characteristics. When he got such great results himself, and then, as you're going to see, the great financial opportunities that go with it as well. And he left $500,000, $5 million over 10 years. And he left that to do this solely. I mean, that says a lot right there. People vote with their feet when they see an opportunity like this. And why? I've equated this several times. Because 15 years ago, the company that he got in was air purification. This is water. And I see so many of the same things lining up. If I had Paul Zane Pilzer's book right here, right now, The Next Millionaires, it's all about technology. It's all about timing. And it's time for that run for the roses. Okay, this is just hitting, even though the company that's been manufacturing these has been around for 30 years. Anyway, here's his criteria for companies you should select. Think about Dandy Day when you're looking at these two. First of all, an established company with a history, at least 10 years in existence. There's all these fly-by-nights that come in, 2 years, and yeah, some people make a lot of money. And then 2 or 3 years later, they're out of business. Happens all the time, especially in this industry. Dandy Day, 30-year history. Okay, sustain the test of time. Enagic is the company that makes this water ionizer. 37 or 38 years. Okay, I believe it was 1974 is when it started. Again, the first 6 years they only sold the acid water to hospitals. It wasn't until 1997 that they started marketing to homes, and since then, 1 out of 5 homes in Japan has a unit. Okay, a unique and special product. It's got to be exciting and dramatic with quick and noticeable results. You know, the wow factor. Okay, and you absolutely will have it here. Profitable for new people now, and that's why we're adding it to Dandy Day for that now money. Okay, it services a wide range of problems and issues, and that's why we tried to give you a good overall view tonight. Not easily copied. And then the future trend, does it look promising? Yes, it's been around for 37 years, but it's just getting started in this country. And oh, by the way, you can market this worldwide. Okay, so that's the last slide here. And so now let's go back to the other camera. I have no idea how long we've been going. I didn't look at the beginning. Did you, by chance? I'm feeling like it's 30 minutes already. But I'm still going to do that. We can cut it. And it's okay that we're talking right now. I'll just cut this out. So I'm going to say that. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I'm going to stop now, come to the next video. So it's just a pause. We like to keep these at 30 minutes. But you're going to see right under this a recording on how you make money. Okay, so it'll just go off of this camera. Maybe we'll end up doing 30 minutes on this. Okay, before we leave this presentation, I told you I was going to do a pH test. When I say before leaving this presentation, what we're going to do after I do this is actually end this presentation, just because we like, we always try to keep these to 30 minutes or so, and then I want to come back and we'll do one solely on how you make money with this unit and especially how we're rolling and tying the Dandy Day product line into this. You see, when somebody buys this, if somebody's with Enagic and they buy this machine, okay, with Dandy Day, they're going to pay the same amount for this machine, but we're going to add $760 of Dandy Day products into the program. Same price for the machine, though. I mean, how cool is that? Because Dandy Day's become a distributor so that we can add this to our product line. Again, I do drink 2 gallons a day for the last 10 weeks, and that's why I'm attributing that weight loss to. Again, I've done nothing else different. And we're eating the same food, same amount of food. We're also eating food that no longer has chemicals on it because Kim is now cooking. Even all this is mostly in the last 2 weeks. Cleaning and cooking with the other waters that this unit makes. Okay, so I'm going to stop the meeting now for the sake of the tape, and then we're going to resume again so that we can make it a second recording, if you will, for how do we make the upfront commissions and how do we tie the Dandy Day product line together. Okay, so let's take a 5-minute break.